What's up, people? Welcome to another episode of Receding Horizons. I'm your host, Mystico. Hold on one second. Alright. Sorry, I had to respond to something for a second. Alright, it's Friday, cold, getting warmer as the day ends, and got me thinking of what I'd want to talk about today. And this is going to be a tough one, but I have to talk, right? So I want to talk about vicarious living. And vicarious living is basically when you live through someone else. And if you look at the way this society is structured, our reality today, we have people we look up to. It could be doctors, it could be lawyers, it could be celebrities, it could be sports athletes, it could be anyone. Okay? But the idea is that those who are put at a very helm at the top are more or less like the gladiators that used to be there in ancient Rome. The concept is that you keep the people entertained, and we need to decode the concept of entertainment, because there is nothing really like entertainment. No one spends 20 million making a movie to entertain you. They're passing a message. They're probably making money from it. But a lot of what we have learned in today's reality has come from this entertainment industry that has been created for us. Knowing what I know about the industry and being an individual who wants to be part of that, it conflicts me a lot, because I may not be able to do exactly what I want to do without having to succumb to give up some of the things that I really believe in. And unfortunately, that's how it works. And vicarious living is the whole concept of whereby you find yourself, think about the situation, especially for people who watch sports, right? You watch these guys qualify, you watch these guys play, you watch these guys win, you watch these guys live the life, and you feel like you're part of, the team, part of the crew. People even get emotionally attached to some of these individuals. But what you realize is the person watching is really not living their life. You're seated looking at a box, looking at someone miles away who does not know you exist. You watch him win, you watch him drive the big cars, spend the big money, get the beautiful women, and you switch off your telly and go back to your bed. You haven't eaten supper. And just like the Romans did back in the day, it is like keeping the slaves, or keeping the people who are the majority, in terms of, always the poor people are the majority in any society or community, most of the time, 99% of the time, and to keep them distracted. Okay, that's why they build the big stadiums, and they have you guys go out there and win tickets and sing songs, but at the end of the day, the people who are enjoying the sport are enjoying it on third-party basis. Look at the society today, whereby you have the internet provided for us, and you can go on Google Maps and you can say, hey, let me look at what Hawaii looks like, right? And I can go there and look at the pictures and look at the videos, and I can feel like I have experienced it. But you only experience it in your mind. You don't experience it in this reality. When you're put in school and you're told about concepts that we have to visualize, and we don't do it practically, it makes it very hard for us to be able to retain the information that is received. And it's also information that exists in our mind, but we do not interact with it in the reality that we have been put in. If you've watched Need for Speed, the new Need for Speed, you can see the way these guys are living a wild life, right? And one of the gentlemen actually got an office job, and you could notice that he felt like he was fading away. And only until he finally got to do what he wanted to do was he happy again. And they tell you, what is this? One of the artists says, I basically live my life for the purpose of living. living at the moment. And the problem is that the poor people cannot live in the moment, because you have to plan for tomorrow, you have to think of other things. But those who are well off can be able to live at the moment because they have no worries for tomorrow. We look at the politicians that are out there and we feel so attached to them because we have some kind of ethnic affiliation of some sort. And you feel like if you elect your person into power, that you will benefit in some sort of way. But days go by and it's just the normal and the mundane going over and over again. Think about it. Why would they have set up this entertainment industry from the way back, all the times of Hollywood, to the plays? And the whole purpose behind this, connecting back to the Theosophical Society, connecting back to channeling, and them having to act a role, act like something else that is not them, to evoke these spirits and to evoke these entities or these guides, spirit guides they talk about. And now you can think, nowadays someone can actually act in a horror movie and be so convincing, right? I've digressed a bit, but just for a second. They can be so convincing that other people are haunted by this movie, because now we are meant to live in the mind, and the mind is our whole experience. Now with the Oculus Rift, and the Oculus means the abyss, by the way, that is coming out, that you have these 3D goggles, and we're already in 3D reality. Why would you why would you want, oh, this game is 3D? Dude, you're living in, it's insane. I don't know. I think people are not thinking anymore. You work hard, you spend money so you can buy a product that a celebrity is adorning, for you to feel fulfilled in this purpose of life. When it's not necessary, all you need is shoes. If you need a bag, you need a bag. The better the bag, the better it is. Okay? You buy it for the functionality rather than bragging rights or street cred. But we don't live our lives anymore. With the video games, everyone is looking at their computers or their mini screens that have been put in front of them. People don't look up at the sky and look at, hey, now you watch a movie and you cry in the movie, but when someone does the same thing in real life, you can't get attached because you've been numbed down by watching all those violent movies, all those scary movies. Isn't it crazy that life imitates art instead of the other way around? All these creations that have been put in front of us have become our focus and our purpose. When I make these videos and I'm sitting over here, I know, like, I have music playing in the background, not necessarily because that's what I want to do, but people out there are always like, yo, you have to be entertaining, entertain me. Why are you so focused on being entertained instead of getting the message you're supposed to be getting? You're so focused on living through other people and watching people on Instagram and feeling like, oh my god, I'm missing out. And those people are only posting one version of their life. They're not posting when they're crying, or they've been, they've not slept without eating, or they only post when they're having the best of times, when they're most happy. And now we have a fractured reality, a fractured form of being, perception, that we look into the world in a whole different kind of way. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I have made it a point that my closest of friends, I don't speak to them on the internet. I either meet them up or we talk on phone, but I don't, because as much as you think social media like brings people together, it kind of like disconnects you. That personal connection goes, and you have this new breed of interaction that doesn't make sense, whereby you can say something and someone is in their bedroom and they can just see a comment and write something stupid. And I mean, we have opened ourselves up because we're always taking all these things that is proposed to us as a good idea. Oh, this is a good idea. Oh, now they have the RFID chip. Oh, now there are Google tattoos and all that stuff for authentication for your phone. Now swiping is too much work. Oh, typing in your password is too much work. Oh, going and switching on the TV and switching it off is too much work. I need a remote. We're made to become lazy. We're made to become stupid. And we're made to accept what we naturally would not accept. And I know not everyone will agree with me. And this information is not for everyone. Sorry, I have a lot on my mind, and in my head I'm speaking to myself so fast, and I have so much I want to say, but I can't keep going because I can go on forever. But I'm saying this information is not for everyone. There's some who are football fans who will feel, they'll feel some type of way. Because anything that is addressed that you feel is important to you and is not being addressed in a positive light, people become very defensive. And I'm not really here. This is not my information. This is information that I have researched, I have looked at, and I'm just sharing. So I'm kind of like a megaphone. So this kind of living whereby we have lost touch with first-person interaction, right? And I can Skype with you any day because I can see you and that's enough for me. But I'm seeing an image in a screen, a rendering of you. And now you have artificial intelligence coming in, and they're calling them smartphones because who would use a smartphone if not a stupid person? That's what they think about us. You don't fight me, you're fighting the wrong person. I have nothing to do with this shit. I'm just telling guys, yo, for real. Sometimes entertainment is more influential than we realize. Look at the first guy who made a television, and then they ask him, right, what are the benefits of what you've just invented? And the answer will surprise you. And I know even as I'm doing the decoding, the matrix series, when I'm doing the drawings, some of you guys might not get it, but that's just how my mind works. You connect the dots and come up with ideas. Mind mapping might not be for everyone, but sometimes when you use your voice, people's other senses are numbed down. When you use your eyes to watch things and you make the connections in your head, it makes more sense. Okay, that's why learning by practicality is the most effective way. But also you realize, whether I think I've confused myself a bit, because the eyes are susceptible to subliminal messaging. Okay, like the TV, you have it moved from analog to digital, right? And the flicker rate has moved up to 60-70 hertz, and we can't pick up all those messages, and that's why some programs can cause people seizures because of the flicker rate. It puts you in a induced light trance. Okay, and the newscaster will sit in front of the telly, and that circle, the clock counts down before the news begins, and that's basically light hypnosis, right? And the person sits there, looks straight in your eyes and tells you, today 5 people died. That's what a psychologist does, a hypnotist does. It's all magic, but you don't realize it, right? It's called predictive programming. That's the purpose of entertainment. When you watch the entertainment scene, you realize where they're taking the public. They call it the masses. Now you can look at the movies and look at the songs and you can see all this satanic coding, but people are still enmeshed and in love with these human beings more than they are with themselves, more than they are with their partners. Who tells you if you meet with Jay-Z he'll want to be your friend? But the people who are there with you, you could be, I don't know, you'll be less bothered. Right? That's why they gave us the term hustler. Hustler is not a good term. It's not a positive term. You're a hustler, you're a crook. But now we take on these identities and, we say bad and bad means good. Oh, you're so bad. But let's be careful of the words that we use and where we take our mind, the mindset that we are in, wherever we engage ourselves in this reality. Because everything, every code in this world exists in your mind, in your temple, between your temples. The temple that was built without sound, without no nails. The place where God resides. You can never find God out here. You can't find satisfaction and happiness out here if you do not find it within. You do not begin by changing the image in the mirror instead of changing what is within. And all this externalization, they call it external locus of evaluation vis-a-vis an internal locus of evaluation, right? Whereby people's opinions are more important than what you would have. People's opinions about you, about situations. That's why we're out here dealing with peer pressure. Because people want to belong and hence they do what is not natural to them. You don't have to live your life through someone else. Okay. It's up to you. It's your life. You can do everything anyone else out there is doing, but in your own way. You won't do it the same way they do. You might not do it as well as they do, but it's just how they do it. It's how you do. You have your own talents, your own gifts. I personally don't kiss ass. I don't. If something is meant for me, it will come. I'll work for it. Period. I know I could have gotten ahead way far than I am right now. If I could do a little of sucking up, but there is more to this world than what I stand to gain by doing such things. History repeats itself because time is cyclic. What they did for our ancestors, they will do to us. In the circus, they used to bring the freaks so that people could be just entertained and amazed, so that they feel something inside of them, make them feel better about their life they're living because life is crappy, things are expensive. That's why you have to be entertained, because things are not working out. Right? Keep you numb. It's like when the doctor gives you medicine to stop the headache, like you're a car part, and you don't really look at what exactly is causing the headache. Maybe you're in an environment that is not good for you, and instead of taking a Panadol, you need to get out of that environment. Maybe you're stressed, you need to calm down, take a breather, take a walk, take a drive, take a holiday. A headache would be a way of telling you, yo, there's something wrong with your body system. Just like the car and the lights on the dashboard, the light comes on because it tells you something's wrong with the engine. Now if you go and tell the mechanic to turn off the light and you don't deal with the real problem, we need to understand that we are created in a certain way and it's for a reason. There's a time we didn't have the telly, we did not have cell phones. People were happy, people lived their lives. And all has to happen is for the energy grid to go down and we go back to the Stone Age. All those things you've bought would be worth nothing just because there's no electricity. So I don't know if that's where you want to focus all of your attention and all of your work. We are great beings. We are all equal. Some people have talents and some people don't. Some people have not discovered their talents yet. It doesn't matter. But when you're locked up in this situation whereby it's almost some form of worship for some of you, to your celebrities and to your idols, there is energy exchange involved. That's why it's there. Do not worship idols. You remember that? All that energy goes somewhere. Energy goes to where your attention is focused. So let's be careful. Let's be safe. Let's be awake. Some of these things are never that serious. Watch something, finish, switch it off, walk away. You don't have to talk about it later. You don't have to obsess about it. You don't have to wait for the next one. It's never that serious. Receding horizons. Peace. Subscribe, like, comment, man. And people who are watching and they just share this shit. Let people know what's going on if you like it. If you don't like it, you know what? Share it anyway.